beginning man is part of this cycle of life, forming a passive partnership.
See, the great prophecies of the Bible bring present-day events into focus.
Operated by missionary pilots, this plane carries personnel and supplies.
Welcome to South Pacific Classics. I'm Alan Lindsay. If you're watching the show for the first time, this is a program where we screen historic film footage which illustrates the work of the Adventist Church in years gone by. So without further ado, this is Bountiful Harvest.
Since the earth first began to turn on its axis, the sun to pour down energy from above, and life to spread across the face of this planet, it has obeyed the command, be fruitful and multiply. We live in a world vibrant with life and radiant with beauty. In this miracle realm, nature presents an ever-changing pattern. Pictures painted from a rainbow palette on a backdrop of earth and sky in an endless variety of color and form. The rotation of the seasons, the warm summer sun, the life-giving rains. These are all part of the amazing chemistry which maintains the rich verdure clothing the earth today. While more than 2/3 of the Earth's surface is buried beneath the great oceans, and vast areas are consumed by rocky mountain ranges and stony deserts, and while frozen wastes are found from pole to pole, there remain millions of square miles of fertile land. As plant life in its many forms is adapted to Earth's varied climate, so from the steaming tropics to alpine regions, the animate forms of life conform to their environment in the wonderful balance of nature. In his struggle for survival, man has ranged the world in search of pastures for his flocks. In far lands, he has found rich plateaus and soil-filled valleys. He has learned to live in arid places and found even here artesian waters to support his desert crops. According to the climate, so the harvest. And according to technical advancement, so the method of cultivation. Thus, from early times, local climate, the nature of the terrain, and the stage of man's social development have influenced agriculture and given a wide variety of crops. While some societies retain the most primitive agricultural methods, others have a high degree of mechanization. Nature is not always kind. Flood, fire, and soil erosion, disease, drought, and insect pests. These all conspire to rob a man of his land and to steal away his harvest. But with a basic need for food, man is learning to overcome these problems. Around the world, science is helping the man on the land in his battle against insects and disease. Through constant research, more effective insecticides are being developed. Plant biologists are breeding disease-resistant strains. There is an increasing knowledge of soil fertility and plant requirements. Crop rotation and soil conservation are more widely practiced. Whether it be coconuts, apples, or wheat, this all adds up to more successful farming, richer harvests, more food for this increasing human race. With the advance of civilization, great cities have sprung up, from New York to Melbourne, from San Francisco to Sydney. Steel and concrete giants have swallowed up green fields. More and more people are crowding into urban areas. The way of life is changing. Everywhere, the old is being replaced by the new. In the field of transport and communication, the trails of the pioneers are giving way to modern highways. Steam has superseded the sail. Rugged terrain is no longer an obstacle to progress. From New Zealand to Nevada, from the Clutha to the Colorado, gigantic dams harness the power of rivers, and electricity flows to light our cities, to run our industries. As the machine age advances, fewer men are tillers of the soil and increasing numbers are occupied in trades and crafts. So we busy humans become cogs in the giant wheel of modern society, each earning his daily bread in office or factory, and each consuming energy and replacing it in a constant round of working, eating, sleeping, and working again. We use energy even as we relax, with every breath, every heartbeat. In fact, man at play is man burning up energy with reckless abandon. Here, in the roaring surf, appetites are sharpened by sun, salt spray, and the sting of the wind. Children, seemingly blessed with an endless supply of energy, expend it at a furious rate. And by sheer instinct, know how to replace that lost energy by the intake of food. In this modern age, men and machines go together. There are machines for pleasure and amusement, and machines to aid us in our daily toil. And there is no better place to see these on display than the agricultural show or trade fair. With all our labor-saving devices, we still love the sight of muscles performing like machines. Strong men calling on every ounce of energy available, every atom of strength in an effort to win the trophy. And with no prize but pleasure, the spectator consumes prodigious amounts of energy just watching this sort of thing. At every opportunity, young and old renew their strength with every kind of food and drink. There is no accounting for taste, especially at carnival time. But soon the crowd is on the move again, and this is the way our cameraman sees it. Honestly, though, there is no section of the visiting crowd that enjoys its job better than the Junior League of Implement Inspectors and Tractor Drivers. In the eyes of these young veterans, giant tractors and bulldozers buzz and roar at fantastic speeds over the roughest terrain. Oh, to be a boy again. And to the man on the land, it's a serious business inspecting the vast array of farming machinery here on show. This is the modern farmer who looks to machines to help him produce bigger and better crops, to handle more acres with less manpower. There are small machines for the backyard farmer and market gardener, and larger ones for heavier work on orchard or mixed farm. And out on the fertile plains, where the acreages stretch as far as the eye can see, the largest machines display their power. Equipment which enables 1 or 2 men to cultivate enormous holdings. This is wheat country, warm, brown soil that yields its goodness in countless bushels of golden grain to help feed Earth's growing millions. But first, the land must be made ready to receive the precious seed. The hopper is filled with high-quality seed wheat, specially selected for local conditions. Fertilizer is used to ensure maximum yield, and the big drill goes into action. The seed, safely embedded in the soil, now awaits the timely rains and the miracle of germination. Soon, across the country, a green carpet springs up, growing quickly under the soft caress of sun and rain. As the season advances, the sun's caress becomes a furnace of heat, and the full ears ripen quickly. And now, the busy harvest. There is a feeling of urgency in the air as great machines, like prehistoric monsters, race across the fields, hungrily stripping the golden heads. At this time, the farmer works from daylight to dark, in haste to bring in the harvest. Some of the yield may go into jute sacks, bags of wheat ready for transport to railhead or port. But bulk handling is now a widespread practice. The mechanical harvester, having already winnowed the wheat, transfers it to large bins in the field. Or the grain may be transferred directly into special trucks for transport to storage silos or elevators. From storage, the wheat is freighted where needed to flour mills and various food processing factories. Now golden brown and flavored with malt and other additives, it is further prepared in rotating conditioners. The swollen grains now pass between the rollers of special flaking machines, every grain becoming a flake of even thickness. The specially molded flakes then take a long journey through a heat-controlled, sealed oven. And golden rich biscuits emerge, toasted to perfection, to be promptly packaged by the most modern methods. The Sanitarium Health Food Company, a pioneer in the field of breakfast cereal and other food manufacture, has established processing plants throughout Australia and New Zealand. Many of these factories are set in scenic rural surroundings, such as this one at Warburton, Victoria. The Christchurch, New Zealand factory is noted for its well-groomed grounds and colourful garden display, frequently taking first place in local garden competitions. Recently completed plants in modern design include Auckland, New Zealand, and Brisbane, Queensland. More than 50 factories, stores, and packing houses are busily engaged in production and distribution of the company's products. A unique feature of the Sanitarium Health Food Company is that all earnings are used for humanitarian projects, such as providing medical and educational facilities for underprivileged peoples. At the company's Cooranbong, New South Wales plant, a modern research laboratory is constantly checking foods for nutritional value. A highly trained staff uses the latest scientific methods, and no effort is spared in ensuring that minerals and other nutriments are retained in the product. Here, special test rodents on controlled diet are used to determine the protein content of a new food line being developed. Healthy body condition and sleek fur tell their story of correct nutrition. Sanitarium Health Food Company's program of food research and its constant adaptation to modern methods of processing and packaging have resulted in an impressive array of products being made available to the people of Australia and New Zealand. More than 100 vans and trucks distribute these products to food stores and supermarkets in every corner of the country. For the Sanitarium brand name is a byword in most households. Sanitarium food shops in the main cities do their part in distribution and are noted for their interesting health foods and special diet items. A discriminating clientele patronizes the quick meal cafeterias and the milk and fruit drink departments. Here, hungry newsboys take time off for a snack. Whether young or old, it is good to enjoy the food we eat and to know that what we eat is good for us. Because we live in an age of quick snacks and ready-to-serve packaged foods, it is wise to choose those which retain the natural goodness of Earth's bounties. These crisp, whole wheat biscuits combine taste appeal with good nutrition and make an ideal breakfast. And a good breakfast means a good start for the day. Cereals served with fruits and dairy products give growing youngsters the bodybuilding elements they need and boundless energy for their active daylight hours. Young and old need the balanced goodness of whole wheat. And they need, too, the rich proteins in peanut butter. Sandwiches, snacks, and party savories can be nourishing as well as appealing. Throughout the day, there are countless uses for Sanitarium products. Foods that can help every family to a harvest of health and happiness in the years to come. The food research program is never ending. Around the world, among many peoples, new methods are stepping up production. The farmer and the agricultural scientist, the food chemist and the processing company form a coordinated team to provide better food for more people. Whatever our age or race, we need food. Eating habits may vary from country to country, but whether our taste be for bread, or yams, or ice cream, or corn, we rely on Mother Earth for our sustenance. Man is essentially a creature of the soil. And with intelligent cultivation, the good earth yields a bountiful harvest for the benefit of all mankind. And in the returning seasons, the continuing cycle of winter's cold and summer's heat, we have the fulfillment of the Creator's promise that while the earth remaineth, there shall always be a seed time and a harvest.
Thanks for your company. Join me next time on South Pacific Classics.